More frightening than ever, I asked my God. When these boys came dashing into the cave, don't they know where they're going? They surely do. They've been warned 1,000 times, but they still choose to rush into the fire because they do not detest sin, and they're loath to forsake it. Furthermore, they despise and reject God's incessant, merciful invitations to do penance. Thus provoked, divine justice harries them, hounds them, and goads them on so they cannot halt until they reach this place. Oh, how miserable these unfortunate boys must feel in knowing they can no longer have any hope, I exclaimed. If you really want to know the innermost frenzy and fury, go a little closer, my God remarked. I took a few steps forward and I saw that many of these poor wretches were savagely striking at each other like mad dogs. Others were clawing their own faces and hands, tearing their own flesh and spitefully throwing it about. Just then the entire ceiling of the cave became transparent as crystal and revealed a patch of heaven and their radiant companion safe for all eternity. The poor wretches, fuming and panting with envy, burned with rage because they had ridiculed this just. The wicked shall see and be angry and shall gnash with his teeth and pine away. Psalms 111:10. Why do I hear no sound? I asked my God. Go closer, he advised. Pressing my ear to the crystal window, I heard screams and sobs, blasphemies and imprecations against the saints. It was a tumult of voices and cries, shrill and confused. When they recall the happy lot of their good companions, he replied, they are obliged to admit, we fools esteem their life madness, and their end without honor. Behold, now they are numbered among the children of God, and their lot is among the saints. Therefore we have erred from the way of truth, and the light of justice has not shined in us, and the sun of understanding hath not risen upon us. From Wisdom 5:4-6. We wearied ourselves through way of iniquity and destruction, and we walked through hard ways, but the Lord we have not known. What hath pride profited us? Or what advantage has the boasting of riches brought us? All those things are passing away like a shadow. Wisdom 5:7-9. Here time is no more. Here is only eternity. While I viewed the condition of many boys in utter terror, a thought suddenly struck me. How can these boys be damned? I asked. Last night they were still alive in the oratory. The boys you see here, he answered, are all dead to God's grace. Were they to die now or persist in their evil ways, they would be damned. But we're wasting time. Let's go on. He led me away, and we went through the corridor into a lower cavern, at whose entrance I read, their worms shall not die, and their fire shall not be quenched. From Isaiah 66:24. He will give fire and worms into their flesh, and they will burn and feel forever. Judith 16:21. Here one could see how atrocious was the remorse of those who had been pupils in our schools. What a torment was there to remember each unforgiven sin and its just punishment, the countless, even extraordinary means they had to mend their ways, perverse in virtue, and earn paradise, and their lack of response to the many favors promised and bestowed by the Virgin Mary. What a torture to think that they could have been saved so easily and yet now irredeemably lost, and to remember the many good resolutions made and never kept. Hell indeed is paved with good intentions. In this lower cavern, I once again saw the oratory boys who had fallen into the fiery furnace. Some are listening to me right now. Others are former pupils or even strangers to me. I drew closer to them and I noticed they were all covered with worms and vermin which gnawed at their vitals, hearts, eyes, hands, legs, and entire bodies so ferociously as to defy description. Helpless, motionless, they were a prey to every kind of torment. Hoping I was able to speak to them or hear them ask me, I drew even closer, but no one spoke or even looked at me. I then asked my God why, and he explained that the damned are totally deprived of freedom. Each must fully endure his own punishment, with absolutely no reprieve whatever. And now, he added, you must too enter that cavern.